Welcome to the Algo Trading Strategies channel. In today's we are going to study the moving average convergence divergence indicator and a long-only strategy based on it. If you don't know already, the goal of this channel is very simple. It's to find the best automatable strategies and as much as possible uncorrelated between one to the other and trade a live portfolio of them in an automated way. Of course, the ultimate goal is to grow an account in a very steady fashion with as few drawdowns as possible. And that's why I backtest many strategies to find the most uncorrelated ones so that when one is down, some other strategy is up. So let's look at the MACD, so the moving average convergence divergence. So a complicated name to just say that it is a difference between two exponential moving average. So the blue line that you can see at the bottom of the chart here is simply the value between two moving average, the 12 period moving average, so exponentially weighted, and the 26 exponentially weighted moving average. So we are going, by the way, to study a range of the fast period and the slow period for the MACD. So the 12 and 26, we are going to vary these two numerical parameters. Also, you can see the orange line, which is usually called a signal line for the MACD. This is a simple entry and exit signal, which is a 9 exponentially moving average on the blue line itself, which says that when the blue line crosses above that orange line, it just tells us that there is a bullish momentum on the price, and we can see the green candlesticks here going to the upside. So there is a bullish crossover here on the daily time frame for Bitcoin around November 6th, 2024. And then when the blue line crosses below the orange line, we just sell. So this is a long-only strategy, and I also apply, just for you to know, a 0.1% fee for the entry and exit for each trade. Also, we compound 100% of the allocation into each and every trade. So we compound, this is a compounded strategy. So now you know today's strategy rules, buy and exit. So let's look at the sensitivity heat maps. So here's the sensitivity heat map in the daily time frame. Usually I display them in green. So the x-axis is the fast length for the MACD and the y-axis is the slow length. So usually for the MACD we use the length of 12 and 26 for the two internal exponentially weighted moving averages. But here I just explore a range for these two numerical parameters. So the 12, 26, so the default MACD parameters, you could find the sell, you could find the result of the backtest here in this very green cell. As you can see, by the way, this is very green. It indicates maybe that there are many algos that trade that way, because this backtest seemingly has the best result so far with a Sharpe ratio above 1.2. because this is a greener cell among all the other ones here. So this is interesting. It probably means that 12 and 26 are widely used, in fact. And also this very simple long-only strategy that is based on MACD is actually performing well with these two default parameters. So as you can see, there's a greener line here in the middle, but whenever we choose a parameter that's just above a parameter combination for the fast and the slow periods length, the performance drops significantly. So I don't like this at all, to be honest with you. Why? Because this is a sensitivity test that we are doing here. This means that we are looking for greener cells that are surrounded by a bunch of other green cells. So when there's a significant drop in performance like this, it means that if you had changed a bit the values of your two parameters, you could have a very good performance and a bad performance. So this is not what we want. We want values that give us a good performance, and when we change them a little bit, we still have a good performance. This is why it's called a sensitivity test, a performance sensitivity test, if you will. So let's quickly look at the return multipliers, the same x and y axis. So the best performance so far is reached for the 12 and 26 periods length for the MACD, so the default MACD. This is quite intriguing, in fact. So yeah, let's look at the 4-hourly. I don't like the daily version here because of the sharp drop in performance. Here's the 4-hourly. So we have a quite well-defined bluer area here in this part of the heat map. So as you can see, the 12 and 26 here are not the best performance. The best performance is reached for a MACD with slightly lower values, with a fast period of 11 and a slow period length of 24. So overall, you could select a pair of values within that areas. Of course, you could have quite significant differences between performances between one and the other pair of values, because between this bluer cell and the one below, yes, there is quite a drop in performance as well, but the Sharpe ratio are still quite good, I would say above 0.8 or 0.9 overall. So this is quite good, even though we are looking for strategies usually with a Sharpe ratio above 1. The return multipliers are quite diversified, as you can see. So the best performance is met with a length of 10 and a slow length of 27. But yes, overall again, we have a bluer area here, and that's quite okay if you choose any pair of values that is in the center of this area. So that's what I've done with a pair of 8 and 30. So this cell here, I could have chosen this one, 9 and 29 for example as well, or 9 and 28. So here's the backtest with our MACD based long only strategy in 4-hourly time frame. The equity curve is shown in blue in the middle chart. It starts with a capital of $1,000 and it ends with a capital of about $5,000, I would say. The drawdowns are quite sustainable, I would say, because when you were holding Bitcoin, instead you would have to handle drawdowns of about 80% sometimes, or 70%, for example, in the 2021 to 2022 bear market, as we call it, the drawdown would have been about 70%. So quite a big drawdown, very hard to handle personally, I believe, depending on your allocation, of course. So with this strategy, of course, the multiplier is less than, I think it's a 25x for the Bitcoin simple holding, but with this strategy you would have done on about 6x. So it's less, of course, but the drawdowns are also less. The Sharpe ratio also is above 1, and the number of trades is very interesting because it's over 500 trades. So a lot more than the strategies that I have explored so far. Usually they have like above 100 because this is the threshold that I want for my strategies usually. I want a certain number of trades in order to have some statistical conviction in my strategies, and this one has over 500 trades over the whole backtest. So quite good overall. And the 2-hourly version for our MACD long-only based strategy today, the Sharpe ratios are not good at all because on the right, here on this Sharpe ratio scale, you can see that the best ones are far below 1 because we reach at maximum 0.3. So these are not good Sharpe ratios at all. So we are going to get rid of the 2-hourly version. As you can see, the return multipliers are not very good also. Of course, the number of trades is far bigger than the 4-hourly and the daily, of course, with the 2-hourly version. But here the performance is not good. We barely make money. We make money when the return multiplier is above 1. So let's go back to the 4-hourly version and let's choose another pair of values, 12 and 24, for example. So here, this cell here, which is again centered in a bluer area, and that's what we want in a sensitivity test. So here's the backtest. It's not perfect because you would have made a bunch of the money here in the 2021 bull run, and then it's quite flat overall with an overall about 4x over the whole backtest here. So not a very good performance, I agree, but the number of trades is acceptable, and also the Sharpe ratio is above 1 or so. So yes, I wanted to show you two backtests, this one 830, so this blue cell here, and the 1224, so this cell here. So two quite distant cells. So there you have it, guys, the MACD long only strategy tested for the 1 day, the 4-hour and the 2-hour. So in 4-hour we have quite good results. So of course I'm going to continue testing other versions and other rules based on MACD on the premium member area. So if you had some good value in this video for this famous MACD technical indicator, please hit the like button. Also, if you want to hear from me in the future videos and see more backtests that I do about every day, please subscribe to the channel. I see you tomorrow, guys. Bye bye.